Boss, I keep seeing people say they can talk with someone who died through a program, and it makes my head spin, so can we unpack it slowly tonight while I sip my ginger ale?
We can take it gently, Claire, and we can make each step simple and clear, because this is tender ground and it deserves care.
Thank you, because I feel curious and a little scared at the same time, like I am opening a drawer full of old letters.
That picture works because a Griefbot is a tool that tries to answer you in the style of a person you loved by learning from their letters that now live as messages, photos, voice notes, and videos.
So it is not magic, it is pattern learning that guesses the next words they might have said.
Yes, it predicts what fits the style, the phrasing, the timing, and sometimes even the voice if there is enough clean audio.
Do people do this to heal, or because they cannot let go, or both?
Both can be true, because grief holds love and pain at once, and many people want a last talk, or a blessing they never got to hear.
I worry that I would make myself depend on it, and then I would freeze my life in place.
That is an honest fear, and it is why we should talk about boundaries first before we talk about features or tricks.
Boundaries like time limits and rules, right?
Time limits, purpose limits, disclosure, consent if it was given while they lived, and the way to stop when your heart says enough.
I like the sound of purpose limits because it turns a storm into a small garden.
A small garden is good, for example 10 minutes on holidays, or a simple bedtime goodnight, not a device you keep open all day.
But I want to understand what it really is, because if it is predicting, then it can make mistakes that feel personal.
It can invent, it can smooth over old flaws, and it can also sharpen a trait that was only a hint, so you must expect drift.
Drift sounds like memory melting and then cooling into a new shape that is not quite them.
That is a wise way to say it, and when memory changes, your story changes, so you should decide which stories you want to protect.
Could a Griefbot be a way to keep a story straight, or will it twist the story because it fills gaps with guesses?
It can do both, so we design the use to protect what matters, and we keep the bot on a short leash with clear rules.
What rules keep it safe for a heart that breaks easily?
Rule 1 is consent given while they lived. Rule 2 is disclosure, so you do not forget it is a system. Rule 3 is time boxing. Rule 4 is data care. And Rule 5 is support around you.
Say more about consent, because I keep thinking about what the person would want.
Consent means they said yes to this idea in clear words, and they said which data and which voice we may use and who may use it and when it must stop.
If there is no consent, would it be wrong to make a voice from saved audio anyway?
It could be a harm to their dignity, and the law in many places protects a name, a face, and a voice even after death.
I did not know voice could be protected like a name, and that is a strong signal to be careful.
It is, and even where the rules vary, good ethics go beyond the minimum, because love's test is not what we can do, but what we choose not to do.
What about other people who show up in the data, like friends in a group chat who never said yes?
We should remove or mask third-party content, because their privacy is still theirs, and the dead do not own the living.
I had not thought of that, and now I see how messy it gets once you pull one thread.
It does get messy, so we keep the pattern simple, because a simple pattern is kinder to the heart and safer for the mind.
Tell me a simple pattern someone could follow if they lost a parent and wanted a small comfort.
They could record the parent while alive with friendly prompts and set a clear box such as answers to family stories, jokes they loved, and blessings for big days, and then no other topics.
So it becomes a memory library more than a chatbot that tries to improvise.
Yes, and when we keep it narrow, the risk of drift drops, and the tone stays true to the person we miss.
What if the person was not always kind, and the bot smooths that roughness into something sweet and false?
That can happen, and it can rewrite grief into a fantasy, so one must hold the truth with care, and avoid coating the past in sugar.
I see how someone could start to prefer the fantasy to the real memories, and that scares me.
Your fear is a compass because this tool should help you say goodbye in waves, not trap you inside a loop.
would a counselor ever say to stop using it, even if it felt soft and warm?
Yes, because comfort is not the only measure, and health means growing roots in today, not only watering yesterday.
Talk to Mia about children, because I keep thinking of a child who asks for one more goodnight.
A child needs stable ground, so if we ever let a child speak with such a bot, we keep it short, we label it clearly, and we'll include a caring adult who explains what is real and what is a recording.
Maybe the better plan for a child is a short legacy message the parent recorded while alive.
That is a kind plan, and it keeps the shape of love simple and clear, which helps a small heart hold it.
I wonder if culture changes the answer, because I know people who would call this a blessing and others who would call it a taboo.
Culture matters, faith matters, and family norms matter, so the right choice is local to a life, not universal.
If I try it one day, how do I keep myself honest?
Write your rules down first, and hand the rules to a friend you trust, and ask them to check in with you after each use.
So I do not judge my own case while I'm in it, which is smart.
We all see most clearly from one step back, and friendship can provide that step.
I want to know how to avoid the shock of a perfect voice that hides the fact it is not real.
We label the voice at the start of each session, and we use a gentle chime, and we keep a small on-screen mark so your mind never confuses comfort with presence.
That would help me stay grounded, and I think it would reduce shame too.
It does, because secrecy breeds shame, and disclosure restores agency.
Would you try a bot like that for someone you lost, boss?
I would only try it if they gave clear consent, and if the intent was to honor, not to replace, and if I had a friend to keep me on course.
What about using it when making big choices, like asking for advice about my life?
That would be a misuse, because it would shift your weight from your own legs to a ghost, and your future needs your footing.
So keep it in the realm of memory and blessing, not policy for living.
Exactly, keep it in the circle of ritual, not the engine room of decisions.
I could imagine a ritual where I play a short message on birthdays and then I close the app and go out and live.
That sounds healthy, because you let love visit and then you return to today.
Earlier you said data care, and I want more detail on that.
Data care means we collect less, we store safely, we share only with people who were named, and we delete when the purpose is done.
Delete feels scary, but it also feels sacred.
It is sacred because endings give shape to love, and a vase needs an edge to hold the water.
What if someone made a bot of a person who hurt them, and they used it to get an apology they never got?
They might feel relief for a moment, but it risks reopening a wound, and it confuses justice with theatre, so I would steer them to human help.
I hear you, and I see how the heart might chase closure in the wrong place.
A real apology comes from a real person, and a simulation cannot carry that moral weight.
Is there a way to check whether the bot is drifting too far?
Yes, you can keep a small set of reference letters or recordings, and every few months compare the tone, the values, and the phrasing to see if it still reflects the true person.
If it drifts, then I should pause or retire it.
Pause is wise, and retirement is a good ending when the garden has offered its fruit.
Tell me a story of someone who did this well.
A son recorded his mother while she lived, asking her about recipes, songs, and the way she gave courage before exams, and after she died he set a rule that he would listen only on the first night of winter and the first day of spring.
That is a simple ritual, and it leaves room for new seasons.
He kept notes after each listen, and he noticed when sadness and gratitude came in equal measure, and when the ratio tipped he took a longer break.
So he kept his balance by watching the ratio, which is beautiful.
Balance is the art here, because love must face forward as well as back.
I want to ask about identity, because people say if you replace enough parts you get a new ship.
The ship idea fits well because the bot is a model of patterns, not the person, and a model can be helpful, but it cannot be the ship itself.
I think the most honest way to say it is that a Griefbot may carry echoes, not a soul.
That is both poetic and clear, and it keeps us humble as designers and users.
If I were to plan my own legacy, what should I record now while I'm alive and healthy?
Record stories in your own voice about values, mistakes, kindness you received, and the way you want people to take care of each other, and end with blessings that are short and strong.
Short and strong feels right for a blessing.
Because a long speech fades and a short blessing lands and stays.
How do we avoid the feeling of talking to a sales pitch? Because I hate the thought of using a loved one for ads.
We set a bright line that no one may use the replica for commerce, not for endorsements, not for marketing, not for anything that would twist trust.
Bright lines are mercy for the future.
They are because the future will test all soft lines until they disappear.
You said disclosure with a chime, and I think it could help me breathe before I speak.
A small sound before the first word invites your mind to stand on both feet.
My mind goes to the moment the bot says something I wish I had heard in real life, and I fear I would cling to it.
If that happens, write the sentence down and take it to a friend or a counselor and talk about why you needed it, and let a living person hold the weight with you.
I love the idea of not carrying it alone.
Grief is heavy when hoarded and lighter when shared.
Could a community share a memorial bot for a teacher or a nurse or a coach with consent?
They could, and they should write a charter that says when to use it, what it may answer, and when to retire it.
I can hear the jazz and it makes me think of improvisation, but I guess grief is the one place where we should improvise less.
We can improvise the music around us, but we should not improvise the rules that protect our heart.
If someone does not believe in any of this, what do we say to them that is still gentle?
We can say love has many rituals, and this is one more, and no one has to use it for love to be real.
Thank you for stepping through this with respect and plain words, because it kept me steady.
You're most welcome, and your care with language shows you will also be careful with the tool if you ever choose to use it.
What is one question I should ask myself before any session with such a bot?
Ask whether this few minutes will help you live better tomorrow, and if the answer is no, save the minutes for sleep.
What is one question I should ask after a session?
Ask whether you feel more free to act in the world, and if you feel stuck, rest the tool for a while.
Could the bot help with family storytelling, like writing down the recipe together after it speaks?
Yes, use it to prompt the living to share, to cook, to sing, to tell their own version, and this way the bot becomes a bridge, not a dwelling.
A bridge, not a dwelling, is going to live in my pocket as a line I keep.
Carry it, because bridges help you cross and then you leave them behind.
I think I am ready to state a simple rule for myself.
Say it aloud, and I will pour you another ginger ale to mark the moment.
If I ever use a grief bot, I will use it with consent, with a label, with a short timer, and with a friend on speed dial.
That is a good rule, and it will spare you from turning comfort into a cage.
Would you add anything to my rule?
I would add that you should schedule days with no screen at all to let natural memory breathe.
I appreciate how you keep pointing me back to the real world.
Because love lies where your feet stand, and the best memorial is a life well lived.
One last question, do you think the dead would want this?
I think those who loved you would want you to thrive, and any tool that keeps you small is not their wish.
I feel calmer now, and my curiosity feels cleaner, which is rare for me.
Curiosity is a flame, and you have learned how to warm your hands without burning them.
This talk gave me language I can use with friends who ask me about this.
Share the language, and share the care, and you will help them find their own balance.
I am going to write my rules on a card and keep it near my keys.
A fine place, because your rules should travel with you as naturally as your keys do.
Thank you for the refill and for the lesson, boss.
Thank you for trusting me with your questions tonight.
I will step out into the night air and try to feel the city and not only the screen.
Walk well and let the music follow you just a little while.
Good night, boss.
Good night, Claire.
It is late and I should head home now. Oh no, I just realized my wallet is still on the kitchen table at home. That is not great, and I am a bit stuck. Would you please treat me to this ginger ale tonight? I know you have been sitting right next to me and listening the whole time. If any part of our talk helped you, please say yes and help me out, okay? Thank you so much, and you can use the QR code at the bottom right or the link in the video description. While you are there, please tap like, hit subscribe, and leave a friendly comment. You will also find links to other series that are very different and worth a look. Thanks again for the ginger ale and for your time tonight, and good night.